Good morning, friends. I hope you are fine and safe at your homes. Today we are going to start our syllabus, that is BSc third year semester 5th, Plant Physiology and Ecology. Unit number 1, Plant Water Relation, and from that first topic, Importance of Water to Plant Life. This is the complete diagrammatic representation of how plant can transport from root to the stem and at last towards the leaf. So, the movement of water from the soil through unicellular hairs and cells of epiblema, means a outermost limiting and protecting layer of a root, up to the metaxylem of a root via cells of cortex, then endodermis, pericycle and etc. is defined as a absorption of water. So what happen in this way? First of all, here is the small seedling which possesses numerous of root hairs. These are small unicellular to multicellular root hairs which are actively participate in the water absorption, and at the top there is a structure of root hair which is a single cell root hair which is going to be a enlarged one, and here is the TS of root which shows epiblema with root hairs followed by cortex, and inside that cortex there is a presence of green phloem cells and red xylem cells. As like in TS of stem, the outermost protecting and limiting layer called as a epidermis, and below that epidermis there is a cortex. Below cortex there is a phloem which is green in color, and red color, that is a xylems. So this is a complete internal structure of root and stem. While in case of TS of leaf, the upper epidermis followed by palisade parenchyma, while lower epidermis followed by the spongy parenchyma. Both are the two different types of mesophyll cells which are actively participate in photosynthesis. While at the center there is a presence of bundle sheath, and inside that bundle sheath there is a red color xylem cells and green color phloem cell. So in this way, this is a complete structure of a TS of leaf. Here is the complete plant body which showing roots. The root hairs actually absorb the water from soil and transfer towards the stem up to the leaves. Then water is most essential for the protoplasm. What is meant by this? The protoplasm is called as a addition of a cytoplasm and nucleus. Means what? A single cell which is devoid of plasma membrane or cell wall is called as a protoplasm. This protoplasm is actually living in nature. So this living protoplasm needs water supply. It is needed for the proper organization, metabolism and functioning of cell organelles. Then it is most important for the plants as well as animals, because whole plant body is developed by the 80% of water, and it serves as a medium for dissolution of substance. A huge amount of water is taken up daily by plants, and considerable amount is lost in transpiration. Means water can be absorbed by the root, but at the time of transpiration the water loss can be done in the leaves. Water requirement of a plant is different for different types of category. Means hadrophytes, mesophyte and xerophytes needs a different amount of water. Water gives a medium for movement of various dissolved substances like gases, minerals, organic solids, and etc. And it can be done with the help of phloem and xylem tissues. Water take direct part in many metabolic activities like photolysis of water during photosynthesis, and it stabilizes all structural organization of a number of biomolecules. Transportation in plants refers to movement of water and minerals from the roots to the different parts of the plant body, and it includes movements of food prepared by the leaves to the entire plant. Means what? The water transport is nothing but a movement of water and minerals from root to the different parts, as well as whatever the food is developed in leaves, that can also be moved from leaf to the stem and roots. Then food transport can be done with the help of phloem, which are living in nature. In transportation process, the energy of ATPs is utilized to create osmotic pressure that helps in transporting food from higher concentration to lower concentration. Means what? The transportation process required energy molecules, and that can create osmotic pressures, and that osmotic pressures are working from higher concentration to lower concentration. Water is transported in plants with the help of conductive tissues and individual cells of vascular system. Means what? Conductive tissue is a technical term which can be used for the xylem as well as phloem cells. Water moves along with the water potential gradients and enters in root hairs with the help of xylem through either apoplast or symplast pathway. There are different type of resources which can transport water in plants, that is with the help of simple diffusion, with the help of facilitated diffusion, or osmotic pressures and active transport. Then gases also obtained in leaves. The opening and closing of guard cells is responsible for the exchange of gases. Plant requires carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, that's why they can intake carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and the gases diffuse into the intercellular spaces of the leaves through stomatal pores, as well as like this the oxygen which can be developed or produced inside the leaves, that can be liberated from leaf stomatal pores to the environment. So this is nothing but an diffusion. So the movements of molecules or ions from region of higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration till it reaches equilibrium is called as a diffusion. So what is meant by diffusion? Suppose the molecules which are water molecules are present in a soiler region, and the root which possesses a lower concentration, means they requires water molecules, that is a lower concentration, and soil which is abundance of water particles, that is a higher concentration. And that's why the higher concentration of water in a soil, that can be transferred towards the lower concentration of a root hairs. So this is nothing but an diffusion, and it can be done up till the equilibrium is attained. The substance move from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. The diffusion is only means of transport for gases. In case of plants, the rate of diffusion depends on temperature, pressure, and mainly on gradient of a concentration. So the diffusion is depends on various factors, that is temperature, pressure, and many more. So During movement of all the molecules collide themselves and produce a pressure in a medium called as a diffusion pressure. So diffusion is a procedure, and when the diffusion is at a higher level, at a higher concentration, at that time they can create a pressure on a wall, and that is called as a diffusion pressures. So here is the diagrammatic representation which shows red color plasma membrane, and outside that plasma membrane there is a higher concentration of a water particles or molecules, and one by one they can be absorbed inside the plasma membrane. Then when diffusion is going on, at that time, due to the higher concentration, particles can create a pressure. It is a pressure created by the diffusing particles, means that particle which are going to be inserted into the walls of a lower concentration. So is known as a diffusion pressure. It is proportional to the number or concentration of a diffusion particles. Then diffusion pressure deficit. This is nothing but a difference in between two different concentration, that is higher concentration and one another lower concentration. Difference in diffusion pressure of solution and pure solvent is called as a diffusion pressure deficit. For example, a higher concentration of a water in a solar region, while pure solvent is like a root which can accept the water molecules, and at that time there is a presence of a pressure that is called as a diffusion pressure deficit. Wall pressure. The counter pressure exerted by cell wall on the protoplasm is called as a wall pressure. What is meant by this? At the time when the adjacent cell possesses a higher concentration of a protoplasm, whatever holding that protoplasm, that can create a pressure on another cell wall, that is called as a wall pressure. And if that protoplasm inside the cell which can exert a pressure with the help of cytoplasm or vacuole, that is called as a turgor pressure, that can exert from inside to the outsider cell wall or a cell sap, that is nothing but a turgor pressure. Then such type of different diffusion pressures also affected by 4 different categories, that is solubility. Solubility is nothing but a rate of dissolution of a solute in a solution. So thus more solubility of any solute in solution can create faster rate of diffusion. So the solubility also can play an important role in a rate of diffusion. Then concentration. It is inversely proportional to the rate of diffusion, means with increasing concentration of the medium, the rate of diffusion is reduced, and the decreasing concentration it increases, means diffusion increases. So what happens in case of concentration? If the increased concentration is present in the medium, at that time rate of diffusion is going to be lesser, lower or reduced, while on decreasing concentration the rate of diffusion going to be enhanced, higher and increased. Likewise, the temperature is a factor which can fluctuate each and every environment. So likewise, in case of diffusion, it also directly proportional to the rate of diffusion. Means what? If The increasing temperature at that time, rate of diffusion of a particle is also get increased because of increase in velocity of these particles. Means whatever the particles are gathered over there, they get stimulated with the speed, that is a velocity, and that's why the diffusion going to be enhanced, increase and higher. Then diffusion pressure gradient. The rate of diffusion of a molecule of gases and liquids also depends upon the diffusion pressure gradient. When the differences in the diffusion pressure is more, at that time rate of diffusion going to be enhanced, higher or faster. Here is some importance of diffusion in plants. Due to the diffusion, the gaseous exchange as like oxygen and carbon dioxide can be done with the help of stomata, and that is the most important thing. Then oxygen gas participate in respiration, whereas the carbon dioxide in a photosynthesis. So both these processes are most important in case of plants. During stomatal transpiration, the water vapors from intercellular spaces diffuse in atmosphere through the stomata by the process of diffusion. So in this case also the diffusion is most important. Diffusion of ions of minerals, salts during passive absorption also take place by this process. So in case of a passive absorption, diffusion is most important because there is no development of a energy rich molecules, that is ATP. Then the absorption of water through root is also performed by the diffusion. Means the water absorption is done with the in a root, that is just due to the diffusion. So thank you so much. I think all of you get understand what is meant by water transport, or why there is a need of plant water